here is the tongue. You can see right here on the tongue these little bumps. Those are the papillae. These are the structures, the bump that are going to contain the taste bud receptors. These little bumps here. Notice that there are different types of papillae, what we call these spongiform papillae and filiform papillae. We're going to look over here at a little bit more detail at these papillae that are in the back of the tongue that we call the valet papillae. So hopefully you'll remember that the tongue, just like the inside of your mouth, is lined with what kind of tissue? Since we have friction when we eat our food, it would be stratified squamous, keratinized or non-keratinized? Non-keratinized. And so can you see here the hills and valleys of stratified squamous? Okay, now these little bumps right here, here's the bump. So where we're going to look for the taste buds is going to be in this crevice that we see right here. Because saliva, whoops, I'm sorry, switch that. Saliva is going to enter that crevice, and the chemicals of our food have to be dissolved in that saliva in order to bind to the sensory neurons, in order to bind to what we're going to call the taste buds. So if we look right here, this is what the sensory neurons look like. Here's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5 sensory neurons. All together, these make up what are called a taste bud. So notice that these sensory neurons have these specialized cilia. They're called stereocilia. They're actually microvilli that are extend out. And so the food has to dissolve, you know, again, bind to the receptors right in there. So you have a little pore where the food enters into. This is what it looks like in the microscope. It kind of looks like a little bud or, you know, little nipple or something there. That's the this entire structure is the taste bud. These are the gustatory receptors. And then in between you have those supporting cells. Here's another view. Here's that little pore where the food has to dissolve in saliva and bind to receptors right here on these sensory neurons. There you can see the stratified squamous. There's another view. And then this is what it's going to look like in the microscope. Again, you have to look for the crevice. And then along the surface of the crevice is where we're going to find our taste buds. Can you see the little taste pore there? So where am I going to look? Up here? Along here, the crevice. Look in the crevice. Here's a blow up. This is from our actual slides in our class. You can recognize the stratified squamous. And then there's a taste bud. And so let's go ahead, if you can please